that you are free.
You know, on September 30th, 1792, she was a slave.
Yep.
The next day, she was free.
Let me turn down the volume
It's
here.
all at once.
Just put it on mute. Okay. Mamsa here from South Africa. So here's the thing. For the last couple of years, I have had issues with my health. I've had health issues. I had a myoctomy. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. But anyway, it's basically the removal of fibroids. I think I had about 8. Initially, when they went in, it was 6. Well, they only saw 6, and then when they got in, when they were doing the operation, then they found 8. So from that, obviously, the reason I went to the gynae to begin with was because I was experiencing issues with like I had heavy bleeding, and also bloated. My back was always sore, so back pain, heavy bleeding, and so on and so forth. And then I went to a GP who basically sent me to a gynae. So that was a couple of years ago. I think probably about 6 years ago. If I'm not 7 years ago, actually. Yeah, because it was in 2016. And I ended up, well, it was in 2015, and then we did a year of trying to reduce the cysts. So I had treatment for that but now they were not actually getting reduced, or the pain wasn't getting any better. Then I ended up in 2016 getting the myectomy. So from that, the last 6-7 years have been a roller coaster. Picked up so much weight. Yeah, picked up so much weight. But that was honestly the least of my concerns. Obviously, it still gets to me that I've picked up so much weight, but then it wasn't as hectic as it is now. So I had the operation done. Hormones were, up and down. And then I went on holiday 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago I went on holiday. It was a mom and me vacation. Had the most beautiful time of my life. I went to Bali, Indonesia, and then I also went to Hong Kong. From there, came back, and then 2 weeks in, I'm driving to work and I just lose it. I am hysterical, crying. I have no idea what's going on. My emotions were just out of sync, and I had no idea what the issue was. It got to a point where I was so scared because I didn't know what was going on. I mean, days after that, it was just up and down, emotional wreck. And then I went and I basically got to see, I went to my GP because I had no idea who to go to, and I told her what my issue is. I was just crying, sobbing, and she said, listen, it sounds like you are suffering from depression, because I had suicidal thoughts. And then she she said we need to get, a therapist for you, um, and then she gave me, medication to take just before I saw the therapist, which helped a great deal. She also booked me off. I think I was booked off work for 2 weeks. My word, there is nothing more depressing than... I'm trying to figure out what's in the bag there. Oh, it's a cushion. Okay. I forgot what I had placed there. So anyways, I had to figure that out. It's so difficult when you are in a situation but you are clueless about it. I was definitely clueless because in my culture, in the black culture, in the black community, let me put it that way, in the black community, anything to do with mental health is taboo. Anything to do with mental health is taboo. So trying to figure my way around first understanding what was going on with me, and also not feeling like I'm a failure, because for the most part, and sometimes even now, I feel like I am not strong enough. I feel like I'm a failure because why do I need to take antidepressants so that I can function, And I remember, I think the initial dose that I got was 20 milligrams of the antidepressants. And I thought, okay, cool. I'll do this for a month or two and I should be off it. 3 months later, I went to see my doctor, prescribed again the medication, and then I was like, no, I think I feel better. Let's reduce it. She reduced it to 15, and then we reduced it to 10. But it got to a point where I think we reduced the medication to 5 milligrams, and I lost it. Maybe let me not say I lost, but basically I was back to square one. I was a mess, an emotional wreck. And I had to make peace with the fact that I could be on medication. I could be taking antidepressants for the rest of my life. I had to make peace with that. And I remember one of the conversations I had with my doctor, where she said, I don't understand this stigma and the fact that you are hell-bent on not taking antidepressants, because if it were diabetes, if it were HIV, if it were hypertension, you would easily take medication, so why do you feel like you shouldn't be taking medication for one of the muscles you use the most in your body? She doesn't understand that. I'm not, quoting her correctly, but something along those lines. And then it clicked. Sorry about that. It clicked. I was like, why? Why do I have an issue with this? And with taking medication, with taking antidepressants? Why? And sometimes I'll play and I say, oh, I'm taking my happy pills, But in actual fact, they don't really make me happy. They just make me feel normal. I genuinely feel normal being on antidepressants. I feel like my old self again, as opposed to the mess that I was, before being on antidepressants. So, with this in mind, realizing, and after this, I was quite, I told my family, I told my mom and I told my friends. I actually think I just told my mom and my friends. My extended family, I didn't tell because I knew they would never understand it. So I remember going back home and for 2 weeks because I needed just to be away. I just needed to be with my family really. And I remember trying to explain to my mom that I am sick. And she didn't understand what I was talking about. Because when you're sick, you're either fluish, there's always a sign that you're sick. But in my case, I was saying I'm sick, but I don't look it. So that, yeah, now that when I think about it now, it's actually funny. It is hilarious now that I think of it. But anyways, yeah. And she couldn't understand. She was like, "Are you stressing? What are you stressing about?" Um, and honestly, I couldn't even tell my therapist what the issue was. I was like, I just came from holiday. I should be happy. I just had the best experience of my life because I've always wanted to do this for my mom. My mom had never been out of the country, and I love to travel. So, when I could actually take her along with me, save up enough money to take her along with me to two, countries, that was the greatest achievement, one of the greatest achievements for me. So I genuinely had no idea why I felt the way I did. That was 3 years ago, right? 3 years ago. Now I go through ups and downs. This week it has been a down. Taking my medication, so that's not the problem. But the issue has been I'm trying to lose weight and I'm taking certain supplements to try and lose weight. And that is not, I would say that's not advisable, but I'll touch on that at another stage. Just touch on my experience with taking certain supplements, certain lost weight medication, let me put it that way, and to try and lose weight. Not the greatest idea. But why I'm making this video is I have been diagnosed with PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. Once my doctor diagnosed me, and once I read up on it, all made sense. Like, wow. All made sense. Now I'm trying to learn as much as I can about PCOS. I don't know much. And it's frustrating. So frustrating. Because with PCOS, you're supposed to lose weight. Well, it's advisable that you lose weight in order to control your symptoms. But it's also difficult to lose weight. It's so difficult. I've been trying most things and nothing seems to work. So, yeah. So, anyways, my thing now is I want to learn as much as possible about PCOS, and I'm also going to be sharing. about my mental health. And yeah, I really hope that this will be good for me. And I also hope that in my doing this channel, someone will learn something. But most importantly, I want to learn from you guys. I really need so much help trying to figure out the way forward. Now being diagnosed with PCOS, and I am open to anything. I'm open to basically anything to ensure that I am the best that I can be, health wise, mentally, spiritually. So, yes, this is me. Don't mind the mess behind you. But this is me. Umamusa wakwanzeku owasewusta evustire South Africa. This is me, and this is my channel. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to actually watch this video. Thank you. I appreciate it a lot, and I love you for it. Okay. I guess bye until the next video.